Welcome to the Bougie Black Brother Network. Welcome back to Car Wax, where we do our reviews of hip-hop as well as R&B. So, speaking of R&B, the next one is Khalid. And I like that kid. Yes. I really, I mean, he's not, to me, when he first came out and they was like, yeah, man, this kid about 18 years old and what a beautiful, amazing voice and everything, I was just okay with it.
Yeah, because what is it, American Teen?
Yeah, I think so.
So I did listen to that and I was just like, okay, this is cool. This is cool, man. But I'm not pressed on it. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like,
okay, cool.
Okay.
But this came out, and boy, oh boy, did this change the view of some of the things I was thinking about this guy.
So, what was the first cut from this that you heard?
Oh, see, I didn't want to listen to anything from it because I wasn't pressed on listening to it. You know.
So I'm gonna tell you what the first cut I heard because I was, being an Apple fan.
You told me you was like. I already done heard a couple of them. I'm waiting on this to come out.
Yep. So I didn't even look at that yet. So I was looking at the Apple keynote.
Okay.
So they was coming on and they was playing a couple of they got that memoji. So you make your own emoji that look like you.
Yeah.
So Talk came on and he got the memoji and he's singing with himself in the background with a couple of others. And I was like, who the hell is this? And then it was like Khalid. I was like, whoa, that's that kid from, okay. So then he only had like maybe 3 or 4 samples to say the album is coming out. So I listened to that and was like, I'm waiting on this. And that's when I told you.
Okay.
That's when I told you. But that was so cool. He said, can we just talk about love? And I was like, that shit is so cool. And then with the little cartoon faces, it made you like bop your head to it and be like, okay. So it made me want to listen more to it.
Okay.
So then when I had the little samples through there, and I was kind of like, the Bad Luck was on there. And I was like, and that's the first one after the intro. So it gets you into a mood. Like, man, this kid can sing. Oh, it's cool. So then I started just going through that. But since I introduced it to you to kind of listen to it, what was your thoughts on this kid?
So I popped it in and I started it from A to Z. And it started off really good. It sounded off with this sonic sound. And like it's like full. And I listened to it the first time and I said, okay, this is cool. And then I had it on repeat and I'm just like, no, I listened to it the first time.
Right.
And then I played it back again and I'm just like, whoa, is this on repeat already? Is this already done?
Right.
And I'm looking at it and it's only in the middle of the album. So I'm just like, okay.
Right.
So I'm listening and I'm just like, okay, this is cool, but maybe he doesn't have another sound. So that's what kind of messed me up about it. I listened to it 3 times.
Yep.
And that third time I was just like, yeah, I don't think I needed all of these tracks.
Yep.
I thought I heard 4 of them already, and then you're playing it again at the end, And maybe it was just because he put a movie to it, or like there's supposed to be some type of theatrical visual to this album that came into it, and maybe he just needed it as full to complete the whole movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah. But as far as a body of work, I think they put too much on it.
So it's so funny you said that because that's why I wanted to hear you. Mm-hmm. So I started and said, oh, this is so cool. 17 tracks. I was like, okay, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. I got to put this back on and listen to it again. Then I put it back on. And then on the backside, I'm like, what song is this? It sounds like I heard this.
Right.
Then I was like, oh, okay. And then I turned it off. Then I put it back on. Then I was like, did I pick up in the middle of this bitch.
No, you started right back over again.
But it started sounding the same and shit. So he doesn't have another style, to your point. So I'm listening to it and I'm liking it, but it's just sounding the same. And it's repetitive. His point, he should have cut down to about 11 tracks. Mm-hmm. And you would have ate it and was like, oh, cool.
That was cool, right.
I think he extended too much and he doesn't have another style. And the John Mayer was cool in the middle, or maybe he should have put some more features to play off his style.
Right.
Because his style was so much the same.
Yeah.
And that bothered me as an artist, even though, back to your point, I thought it was good. It was good. If you really listening to R&B, cool. I'd probably take about 9 of these bitches and I'll be good.
And yep.
That's it. But I don't even know which 9 other than the ones that I just talked about.
Exactly.
So you could take 9 and be okay.
Just put them all in the bag, shake them up, and just give me 9 of them.
Give me just 9 of them right
good.
now. And then you'd be fine and everything. So it's funny you said that because that's exactly what I felt. I was like, yo, this shit starts sounding the same and shit. He doesn't have let me break out and do a little something different, or let me stretch myself right here, or whoever helped produce this didn't hear that, man, I need to have him play off somebody. He didn't do it.
That was what? He only had 2 features? 3 features maybe?
I think 2.
So to your point, it was kind of hard for him, and then the production is kind of similar. Mm-hmm. It looks like he used Charlie Handsome for most of his production. So goodness gracious. So
it's bland production.
Yeah.
Just your regular R&B production. It wasn't anything that was uniquely, nowadays the type of R&B that you want out has to have a different kind of sound other than your traditional sound, because it makes the music better. And we if you notice, we keep defaulting to Solange. Her production on there was freaking amazing.
Yeah, very unique.
And she made it unique based on what she wanted to sing about or whatever.
Right.
But you listen to her, you listen to what she was doing, and the music complemented all the way through. This was the same, and so was his fucking voice.
Yeah, man. And then we're gonna have to tag you on this 57 minutes, man. You put up a whole hour that wasn't necessary.
Nope.
And we're just going with how the game is changing. We're going with the new rules in the game, and so you got to play accordingly. So this was definitely extended way too long, and it was, you honestly right. It was no standout tracks at all for me. That was just like, oh, okay, this is good. I want to hear that track, or I want to put that on repeat. It was nothing like that, man, and it wasn't disappointing because the project was good and it was good tracks.
Yep.
It was just like, nah, man. I mean, I'm not. It was cool, It sold 202 its first week, 202,000 units its first week.
But again, it's off his namesake.
Right.
So he's so talented. He's such a good singer that they was anticipating him. So people went out and started downloading. Mm-hmm. Now,
and it was great promotion on it too. Yeah. Great marketing on it.
So he tied himself in with Apple. Mm-hmm. So that helped him out. So he did that, and the people start singing that. He had the little video to come out with talk. But outside of that, it's probably like you said, your niece. My granddaughter's saying, oh, yeah, I love that song. What about the rest of the album? I didn't hear that.
Right.
So, again, you downloading the album and to get maybe 1 or 2 cuts off of that. Mm-hmm. But he gets play because you download that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, nice album. Good album. But nothing as a standout. He either needs to get another producer.
Yeah, an additional producer. Or start getting producers on his to say, look, dude, I'm going to give you this track. You need to be a little better with this. He can get Metro and Pharrell and be set.
Yeah. There's so many producers out that can do good R&B now, other than your traditional ones, which a lot of the, and he's too young to be using this kind of production.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's a little too young to be having this kind of old school type, regular R&B production.
See, yeah, you're right. It's going to box him in. So by the time he hit 25, 26, it's like, well,
he's an old crooner.
Right. I've been doing that my whole career. I want to do young stuff now. It's like, nah,
nigga. Somebody else is coming up right crazy. Behind you.
So, so his next album is going to have to be a whole lot more youthful. Or a whole lot less, movie-like. Maybe a lot of these songs, again, maybe these a lot are like commercial songs you put on commercials, songs you put on movies, maybe that's the lane. Because
but it's R&B though.
Right. It's a win-win with that though.
Yeah, it's like R&B, so it can be played. You know what I mean? You can put it in a romantic comedy or some silly ass shit. His music will go with that because it's not overpowering. It's not out of the blue.
Right.
It's like, oh, this is so smooth. Let's put Khalid. And then he's got name recognition. And they was like, use a Khalid cut. You know what I'm saying? So we could be critical, but we should be critical because if you truly take it as a body of work, it's not that good.
Yeah. It could have been better.
It could have been better. And again, we say this like we're not throwing him away, but what we are doing is you have some options for your next one, which means you need some better producers.
RCA put it together for him. That's his label that he's under.
Yeah.
That's an ass label.
Yo.
Man, they're raping him. That's for sure.
But they're getting what they need from him.
Right. Yep.
And he may think, maybe this is what I know it's not, dude. And again, I'm saying his youth is going to be wasted by sticking with this solid R&B soul thing, because there's a lot of R&B soul people that's doing a lot of better things.
Yeah.
And most of them are women.
You don't have to go that lane.
You notice that? Most of them are women. The guys that's doing R&B is trying to do more rap with their R&B.
Right.
And if not, like we just did your boy, Anderson .Paak, he's been unique. He's not changing anything. He's just been unique.
He's not trying to change.
He's not trying to change. But yeah, I liked it, but then it got so repetitive, dude. And that's why I was excited. It's like, oh yeah, this is the one we could do this one. And then I was like, damn,
what?
Right. So yeah. So in the end,
he's gonna have to evolve his sound some way that's not gonna make him older.
Right.
Because man, you hit it on the nail, because it's like, where does he go after this?
It's all about the production though.
Will he always just be a movie soundtrack guy?
It's all about the production. He needs a good producer. He needs a producer that says, I love your voice, but you try to sound like these other motherfuckers.
Right.
Let's take you over here. Let's see how comfortable you are with that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, if he writes his songs, that's still fine. Then the actual producer's like, you know what? Let's give you this, because you're just floating on a slow river downstream.
Right.
That's all you're doing, and that's all your music is. You need to get into with the rapids. You need to get in the go tubing.
Right.
You need to throw your voice all over the place.
Right.
And I need to run this with you.
Right.
If you're not comfortable with it, that's fine as well. But he may not linger long enough because of the style that he has. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
So, but I like his voice. I think he's a good singer. He's a great voice. He is naturally can sing. And
he's pretty connected too. He's well known, man. Yeah. Like you said, man, his name really rings in the industry. So, I think he'll still have a lane just because of the people that he rock with.
Yeah, but he's in a slow lane though.
Yeah, he's definitely still in that slow lane.
He'll probably get paid or probably here and there, but he'll never. I don't think he'll jump to. Here's the top people that we're really, really looking at for outstanding artist of the year. So I don't think that's him.
Then doesn't he have? He got nominated for some shit, man.
But that was his first shit, though. That was his first shit. And they love him because, white folks love, like, black people who just sings, like, naturally. And, what a natural singer he is. He's not unorthodox. He's a true.
Right.
So they promote that, So he may get that. But I'm looking for creative artists. I love artists, not just singers.
Right.
He sings. He's not truly an artist to me.
He won Pop Award, BMI's award-winning song, because he was on that Logic song. He was on the Suicide Logic song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they gave him some love for that. iHeartRadio gave him 2018 gave him Artist of the Year, R&B, New R&B Artist of the Year, and Best New. No. He only won for New R&B Artist. And then he got R&B Album of the Year for American Teen.
Yeah, American Teen.
Right. And then Nickelodeon gave him an award, and then the BMI's gave him an award.
He was like 17, 18 years old.
Right. So now this year, I don't know.
So let's back up. Let's talk about R&B. So when you talk about R&B, is there any real male singers that stands out?
Oh man, not well known, like Chris Brown's and the Trey Songz, the guys like that, but nobody that's like
not that'll stand out.
Right.
And again, if you're looking for the top award ceremony people, he paints the picture for you.
Right.
They'll say, Chris Brown, man, he beating Rihanna. Man, they ain't even seeing each other, man. He got a fucking restraining order. Leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? But he still brings a bad taste.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got Usher that came out the other year. That was okay.
Yeah.
That was okay. But I think he has name recognition and people respect him to that point that he still may get a good lane. But I'm just saying, personally, that shit was repetitive. It's just, this was repetitive. It's too many cuts. Give me about 9. You could have given me 11 and I would have listened to it.
Right.
But I would have said a good 9. I would have been fine with him.
The Weeknd and Ty Dolla $ign. Those are the two big wigs now.
Weeknd. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Ty Dolla $ign has shown up every goddamn way. So he hasn't done his own yet, though.
Ty Dolla $ign?
Yeah.
He has. But I haven't put him on the table. Not this year. He put out one.
Year. Yeah.
Nah, he put out the collab with Jeremiah last year.
Yeah. That was that bullshit.
And then he had the Beach
Jodeci
House
remix and shit,
Then he had the Beach House 3. So yeah, we'll be waiting on his next one coming up.
But the Weeknd, I think he had an EP that came out.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, My Dear Melancholy. Mm-hmm. That was I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
I really enjoyed that.
I thought that was good. I like that it was an EP because it wasn't. He didn't put a lot into it, but it was good.
Yeah.
So he's good. He's a good singer, and he's unique too. So I really love the way he puts his arrangements together when he decides to do it.
Right.
So yeah, he may. I mean, we may be critical, but the lane that he's in, he still may win. He's a winner. He can win.
Yeah, very true. Very true. But for me, yeah. Nah.
So for you, what would you rate it?
Yeah, I'm giving it an even 7. Like I see the talent, so I'm giving it to him. I'm also giving it to him because the songs weren't bad.
Yeah.
It weren't like, skip. It was like, okay, this cool. But it was also like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. What track is this again?
Yeah.
So, I'll give it an even 7 because I feel like either the production could have been better, like the track arrangement could have been better, or they could have found a different approach, style, for him to get on a couple of these tracks. They didn't have to use the same style for all of these tracks.
And I think, to your point, they kept the same producer, or if it's not the same producer, whoever was executive producing is saying, nope, I need to keep this same kind of sound
right.
for him. And He may not know better to say, hey, these are the songs that I want. Yeah, I can sing over anything.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, you need to kind of take control because you living in a different environment right now. But we may be saying what we want him to do as opposed to what he's good at.
Yeah. And I was looking at it, and the album didn't get good reviews at all. I was just doing a little bit of research, and yeah, there probably one of them that gave him an A. Everyone else was very, very low. I'll just say it like that.
But it should have been.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give him. I wasn't go as low as 7, but I'll say it's 7.25.
Okay.
I was gonna go half, but I think if you give him half, that means there's something that I'm listening to.
Right. Nah,
it has
I'm
no
not listening.
replay value. So that was a good point that you made. To me, he's still sort of like a background music.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm doing something, I can put it on. I don't know what's playing. I don't know the name of the song, but I know who's singing. That's the kind of music he's giving me.
Yeah.
He's giving me, oh, Khalid is on. Oh, which song is that?
I don't
know. You know.
But I know the
him,
voice.
Though.
Yeah,
yeah, and that's his new one.
Khalid, yeah.
Or is it? You know what I mean? So,
that's the new one.
Or that's the new one. So,
he's stupid.
Yeah, so I got a 7.25. Is he? I think he's talented enough that producers can give him a swag to make him like, wow, that's a good singer. And maybe the more that he's featured on other stuff, he may pick up on saying, I want that kind of sound. But he may not be dictating it either.
Right. Yeah, good point. Yep. He may not. Yeah, they may have somebody handling him to where, they're picking out his features.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's what's up. But, good too that we had, again, on the R&B tip. Hopefully in the next week or so, we can get some, so we do. You got to hear the Tech 9, though.
Yeah.
Going back to that.
Yeah, I'm going to go back.
Tech 9. I want to hear it again because I heard it all the way through. And even when it ended, I was like, damn, man, I got to put this back on.
Mm-hmm, nice.
So you got to hear that one. And then you said the Bun B.
Yeah, the Bun B Static Selector. Wiz Khalifa just dropped something on 420 also.
I'm going to put it on.
Bad. Yeah.
I'm going to put it on. Not sure if I'm going to.
Better than his last one, for sure. Okay. Way better than his last one, so but it's still Wiz Khalifa. So don't get too high and mighty all up on that.
Don't get excited.
Yeah, it's
anticipating some shit.
Yeah, it don't go that hard. It don't bang.
Nah, it don't bang.
But I'm definitely waiting on the Schoolboy Q. Mm-hmm. Schoolboy got it. And Schoolboy actually, pushed his single Chopstick back because of the death of Nipsey. So,
oh really?
Yeah, he, a lot of people, man, they still feeling the type of way, man. YG, like that was his homie. YG and The Game.
Oh, The Game.
Yeah, they both are really feeling it when it comes to the loss of Nipsey. And The Game was actually supposed to drop a project. I think he's gonna wait and just reformat his whole project. So yeah, but other than that,
a lot of people probably doing a couple of like dedication type things.
Definitely,
they don't want to release it and then come back and do it again. So they may be holding to your point because of this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So interesting though.
Yeah, man, it is still a little bit dry, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be picking up within the next 3 weeks.
So Jackass came out. Kanye West came out in June, right?
Of last year, yes. Yeah.
And he blanketed June, and then Jay-Z and Beyonce came out
in the middle of that June.
In the middle of that shit.
J-Rock came out also the same day that the same weekend that Beyonce and them came out.
So that June was a heavy month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember because right before summer, everybody gonna try to say this is what you bumped through summer.
Right at the end of June, that's when the Drake came out.
Yeah.
And that took over everything.
Yeah, because he waited all these motherfuckers to do, and then it was like Scorpion, and just fucked it all up.
Yep. Nas came out that month also. Yeah, that was a deep month.
Yeah, and again, with his crazy ass, he just tried to push some shit out to say, I own this. but it didn't work because a lot of stuff didn't linger.
Yeah.
Nas supposed to been working on something this year too, though.
Yeah, but he's back in that cycle of I'm dropping something. You know, he got his old lady got 20 counts for not letting him see his son.
Damn.
So they're trying to indict her.
So yeah, so he's that's hey, look, I got priorities.
Exactly. I'm going
I got time
through
for
it.
that goddamn music shit.
You know, I'm straight going through it. That's the last thing I'm worried about is some stinking music.
Some fucking music that I don't want to do.
Right,
and y'all
right.
trying to get me on this bullshit. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, so we just look forward because I think there's going to be a lot of surprise dropping. I don't think people, if you notice, ain't nobody really announcing much of shit though.
Nope, they just sneak dropping everything.
Sneak dropping that, and I like that. But come on, man, you got to come out with something though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you really?
Yeah.
Man, the game crazy now, man. This is the catch. We're dictating everything that we want to do. And the fact that we get to dictate it, it's like, oh man, what are y'all doing?
What are y'all waiting
man,
on?
hurry up! Why are y'all taking so long? What's going on?
What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know, I think it's a good thing because now the artist got back control again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that was a serious thing back in the day. Now I'm only dropping every 2 years.
They was like, no, we need you to do more. No,
Right.
do what the fuck I want.
Now it's like, oh nah, I'm dropping when I'm ready. And then if I'm that quality artist that you're waiting for, oh yeah, I'm definitely.
So Black Thought do. Cause you know he can come out with any
drop
goddamn
something.
thing.
He definitely
So
needs to drop
it
something.
may be the Roots as opposed to just him because he's going around doing a little here there. He got his own 2 little single joints coming out. But it would be cool for him to do another Roots because I love when they have the music on and they got a couple of other dudes on there too. So that'll be interesting if that comes across. Who else? Yeah, you never know who's gonna come out.
Right.
You know, and 2 Chainz.
Right. Okay, so this came out the first quarter. These were like the top 10 of the first quarter of last year.
All right.
You had Culture 2 with the Migos. You had Davies P2, the Paranoia 2 that came out. The Planets came out early that first quarter.
The Planets.
Yeah, Tech 9 Planet.
Oh yeah.
The Fanta album came out. Fonte's album came out. That was an awesome album.
So finish your list, but let's go back to that.
Okay. The Rich the Kid came out. The XXXTentacion came out.
Yep. Amazing.
And then the Nipsey came out, and then the Black Panther came out.
Yep.
So it was a lot of good projects that came out.
Projects. Yep.
Compared to this year, which was like, you know, and I'm stretching it. So, you know, I'm going back up to the top to where, you know, I posted my first quarter ones, and it's just kind of slim to none, man.
That's my point.
You know,
and you know what? I don't know if they holding or I just don't know.
Everyone's waiting for the 2 top ones that everyone is waiting for is Rihanna and Rick Ross for some reason.
Really?
Like everyone wants Rick Ross, man. Everyone wants that Rick Ross album, and everyone is dying for that Rihanna album. Like,
so you know and that's one thing I think we need to check out is the Rihanna Donald Glover shit.
Yeah, we do need to check that out.
You know, we will have some comments on that because you know when you got artists like that doing some things, you never know what the jump off is going to be on an album or something.
Right.
And you know, Donald Glover right now, he's not really, I think, in the movie studio right now. I think he's doing just small things here and there. So you never know if he's actually in the music studio.
Well, you know, he dropped those Adidas commercials with Monique.
No, I didn't see that. Donald Glover?
Oh, yes, man.
Nah,
hilarious.
Really?
Yeah. I love the fact that he did the same thing he did for Cat Williams.
My God.
You know how everybody be talking crazy about a comedian, and he brings them in and they win an award. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now he's doing the same thing with Monique. When you see that, it's like so it's like maybe 4 commercials, but they're not the regular sneaker commercials.
Yeah, it's just
they're
odd, crazy shit that
they're a Donald Glover commercial that just happened to have Adidas on it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like,
and he probably produced it.
Like him and his homeboys probably did.
Yeah,
you know,
because
so
that's what he does. You know,
awesome. So yeah, we definitely need to look at that. Yeah, man, and yeah, I see something coming real soon. I see some pretty good big stuff coming real soon.
Okay.
I would say middle of May, come the end of May, everything's going into the June.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna start popping.
It's gonna be before summer because these kids get out in May. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they want to be played for the summer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey,
right.
what was you bumping this summer? They want to last. They don't want to be that temporary motherfucker. That's why a lot of people, I think, didn't come out. But last year they wasn't thinking that way because we had a lot of stuff that was coming out.
Yeah, we had a bunch of stuff coming out, man.
It's interesting the way the game's going right now. But anywho, Car Wax every Sunday, unless we miss one. But every Sunday, check us out. Go to every podcast download for Car Wax or go to bougieblackbrother.com and hit the site and we have his own page that you could go back and check us out. Check out our reviews. Go to Bougie Brother Sean and he has his own reviews, the ones that we may not even touch. Sean makes sure you know what's coming out, what's going down. I'm trying to hit a couple of snippets again. I found an easier way to do it, so I'm probably going to do it that way. But Car Wax, what you got there?
Man, y'all please check out my IG page, Bougie Brother Sean. That's BOUGIE, Brother Sean, SEAN. Man, that Nipsey thing really kind of hurt my heart, man. If y'all get to check my page, just go back a couple. I dedicated 33 posts to my man. Of course he died at 33. I wasn't really expecting to do the 33 back to back, but it just kind of happened like that. But big shots out. I'm also doing my hip hop show. Make sure y'all go and check out my hip hop show. With that being said, WDBS Hip Hop on IG. WDBS Hip Hop. You can also look that up on YouTube, WDBS Hip Hop on YouTube, and pull up the shows, man. You'll definitely be impressed. And shows are every Wednesday.
There you go. Check it out. Nice little guests up in there. Good back and forth. I really enjoy it. Good back and forth on there. So check us out on Bougie Black Brother Network as well on YouTube. And we'll see you next time on Car Wax. Peace.
Peace.